We've got some bad economic news. The Dow has lost more than 1,300 points in just 2 days. The good news, the latest government report shows inflation is cooling slightly last month. We're at 2.8%.
Well, while Americans have been feeling anxious about the economy, President Trump remains unfazed, saying this country's gonna boom. Lori Johnson reports.
Since Monday, the market has dropped more than 1,300 points amid growing concerns of a recession. President Trump told reporters he does not believe that's going to happen. He made the comment alongside Elon Musk while buying a Tesla.
Specifically on the recession, do you think there will be a recession?
I don't see it at all. I think this country is going to boom.
He also predicted a Wall Street rebound.
Some people are going to make great deals by buying stocks and bonds and all the things they're buying. I think we're going to have an economy that's a real economy, not a fake economy.
Some economists speculate the president's tariff talk triggers what investors hate most, uncertainty.
Businesses really don't know what the policy is, where it's going, what's being tariffed, what's not being tariffed, and it's frustrating. And when they don't understand, what they tend to do is they just pull back. They come out of the market.
The president has announced tariffs on goods from Mexico and Canada, but then put some on hold. A 25% tariff on all steel and aluminum imports goes into effect Wednesday.
And our steel and aluminum industries have actually applauded these tariffs because, again, they know it's going to grow their industry here. It's going to allow them to export more steel that is made right here in the United States with American workers.
But they're creating tension with trading partners. The European Union announced countermeasures that will go into effect April 1st, but is open to negotiation. Ontario's premier announced a 25% surcharge on electricity exports to the U.S. when President Trump threatened to increase the tariff on Canadian metal to 50%. Canada suspended the surcharge.
Threats going back and forth, tit for tat. I've agreed to suspend temporarily, and we always have that tool in our toolkit, until we sit down over the next day or two. I'll be heading down to Washington.
Business owners feel they'll pay the price for tariffs. In Asheville, North Carolina, brewery owner Adam Charnock says the cost of aluminum cans needed for his beer will go up.
Our cost of goods have gone up. Our cans have already gone up in price. Bottom line is going to eat into a good part of our profits.
Still, President Trump is optimistic about the long run. Speaking to about 100 CEOs from America's largest companies, President Trump touted America's new business-friendly economy.
But hundreds of billions of dollars is being invested. That wouldn't have happened if I didn't win the election, number one. And I think, number two, the tariffs are having a tremendously positive impact. They will have, and they are having.
He said tariffs will bring back manufacturing to America and boost the economy. Lori Johnson, CBN News.
Well, it's been an interesting ride on the stock market. If you're invested for the long term, like I am, you're kind of wondering what in the world just happened to my retirement fund. But the good news, and it is good news about the U.S. stock market, it tends to rebound. Been through the recession of 2008, and yes, did it come back? The answer is yeah, it will. But it depends on your time horizon. In economics, it's been sort of drilled into every economics student for decades that under the Hoover administration, when he introduced tariffs, it just made the recession even worse because it created an inflationary spiral for goods, and it created trade barriers. And the best thing to get out of a recession is let the markets do their work, and the free and open market will always work. So ruinous tariffs became part of every education, certainly part of my education. It appears what Trump is doing is using it as some kind of bargaining chip, and we're seeing it play out in real time with these negotiations with Canada, where they try to retaliate with tariffs, and then he ups the ante, and they have to back down. And all he's trying to do, it appears, is level the playing field. That how many other countries put tariffs on U.S. goods and prohibit us from entering their markets? Shouldn't we play the same game? If we are losing manufacturing jobs, if we're losing high-tech jobs, if chips aren't being made right here in the United States, well, that's a strategic problem, and we have to force these countries to invest in America. I would add to it, the pharmaceutical industry has been an absolute, in my view, strategic blunder to allow China to control most of the pharmaceuticals in the United States. A lot of attention on fentanyl, but every other drug that we're using, we're not having domestic manufacturing. So is there a period of adjustment? You betcha. And I hope the president's right. He seems to be quite the negotiator. Will we boom? Will we come roaring back?
Are miracles real? Let's investigate.
A lot of skeptics will say, well, miracles are impossible. Why? Because they violate the laws of nature. You can't violate the laws of nature.
I looked at my hand that was clutched. I said, hand move.
We got the 21-25.
Hallelujah! He's dead. It's over. I said, shock him one more time.